Double IPA tall boy might be a mistake, but
Oh boy.
that's what we got.
What is that, like 8 ABV? 10. Oh shit. Okay.
Testing. Oh yeah, everybody can hear this great. Okay, hello. Yeah, this is a weird angle. This is the same angle as always, though. This is how I always sit.
I think everything's just like slightly off.
Yeah.
We'll get used to it.
Okay, cool. Arlo Skills here. Hey.
What up?
Sneaky burps. Yeah, he didn't know the mic was hot.
It's
That's
fine.
my fault. We don't care really. Let me see. I'm gonna put this here.
People burp.
And I'm gonna zoom in. Okay. You know what actually helps? Is making this bigger.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is long.
Like I said, I typed it at like 3 a.m.
This is a lot. You're gonna have to run through this. You did too much.
I think I was just typing the
Okay.
plot of the movie as I was watching the
Is
movie.
this good? You want it bigger?
That's good.
Okay. Yeah, it helps to go back and like re-look at it.
Yeah.
All right.
I
let
was
me,
tight on time.
Yeah. Anyway, TJS
5903.
welcome. Heyo. Sorry. I'm trying to remember cuz you've been here before and I feel like I know your name. But anyway.
It's been a stressful month.
Yeah, as you can see, this blue wall behind me that you've never seen before, this is my new home.
It's also a lot brighter in here.
There's a window that's right there, and it's the middle of the day. Usually, it wouldn't be the middle of the day when we record.
Looking out at downtown.
Well, I'm in a brand new downtown apartment, high rise, overlooking the city. It's beautiful. I wish I could have everyone come visit. But so basically, we moved on Monday. We're still moving stuff, but I just set up the computer as fast as I could. Better internet. Higher. I raised the bit rate, so this is actually going to look a lot cleaner.
Whoa. Are we streaming in 4K yet?
Oh yeah, TJ in the Discord. Yeah, thank you. No, 1080.
Oh, okay,
That's
fine.
4K.
You don't need
4K for us.
See every pore on our face.
Yeah, but
No,
I
let's not
probably
do that.
could. I got gigabit up now.
Yeah, but I mean, unless it's going to improve the sound a lot,
It's gonna do shit.
Yeah.
So, so we kind of set this up as quick as we could. We also have a birthday party to go to. It's Garrett's. It was already his birthday
but we're celebrating him today.
So we're gonna go hang out with Blake and Garrett from Ducks Takes. Luckily they picked a bar that's down the street, so we're just gonna walk there.
It's very convenient.
Downtown walkability, baby. I love this city.
I was surprised that they picked somewhere downtown.
Summer suggested it,
Ah,
and I thanked her for that. We're gonna have fun. They'll come back over here. But anyway, we've got to get going. We've got a lot to do. So let's get going with the news.
Okay.
Oh wait, intro. I forgot. The song is playing.
It's been a minute.
Let me
Talking over it.
Yeah, that's okay. Bottom. I think it's over. Is it over? Okay. Anyway, welcome to News from the Phantom Zone, where we go through a little bit of this week's comic book movie news. And actually, it's a little bit more than just this week, just because I'm gonna just put this here.
We've been gone for like a month.
Yeah, we've been gone for a while. So this is some of the best stuff that I could come up with. So let's get going.
All right.
Wait, if I go... Oh, fuck, I forgot. I got to put this on streaming mode. God, there's so many things to do. Skip that update. No, thank you.
No updates in the middle of streaming.
Yeah, no updates. Okay,
Not again.
Not again. Oh, you know what happened to me last night at 2 a.m.?
Update?
Computer restarted.
You need to set that for like 4 a.m.
I don't know why that's doing that, though.
It's probably scheduled at 2 a.m. It's just something you got to change.
A new Mummy movie is in the works.
Whoa.
The Mummy is back, everybody.
As in like another reboot? Or are we continuing one of the 3 iterations that exist?
No, I think this is a brand new reboot. This is directed by Lee Cronin, who did The Evil Dead Rise.
I like
and
that
it has
movie.
a date, 4/17 next year. No, the year after. Yeah, imagine if it was next year.
I'd be like,
That's in 4 months.
So 2026?
That
sounds
yeah,
weird to
2026.
say.
Yeah,
Whoa.
RL Skill's going to come over and make us some burgers. Okay.
Oh, nice.
It's actually a really good burger spot down the street that I really like.
Oh.
We might be going there some before.
I like burgers.
Sure. I don't know. The Mummy's cool. I don't know if I like The Mummy because the concept is cool or because the Brendan Fraser movie
The concept's okay,
made it so fun.
But the Brendan Fraser movie is what I think of when I think of The Mummy. And I know it's a very old franchise dating back to the 30s, but like
to me it has to be another, National Treasure style.
Yeah, I want it to be like a fun
heist
adventure.
adventure.
The Tom Cruise one was like an action flick.
I didn't see it.
It wasn't that enjoyable.
Yeah, well, maybe we watch the Tom Cruise one when this comes out.
We could probably do that.
Yeah, a year and a half away. So I don't know. Anyway, Berto, are you having a good day today?
I am.
Good, because Jared Leto has been cast as Skeletor.
This doesn't upset me that much.
Oh, really?
I could. First off, is it live action or is it a voice?
Live action. Well, it's live action. I don't know what they'll do to his face.
Skeletor's got to be like a CGI character, though.
They'll probably do.
He's probably gonna do like motion capture and voicing.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think in that role he'll be fine.
Okay.
Like, you don't have to see Jared Leto. Unless they try to do like some tragic story where he was a regular, like, beautiful man, and then
they probably will. I'm going to tell you right now. There's absolutely no way they don't show Jared Leto's beautiful face in this movie. Not a chance
I think
in hell.
it's like contractually
ironclad
obliged to,
contract. Yeah, you're not going to get him just as Skeletor the whole movie. That's not happening. Who else?
I don't hate Leto as much as most people do, and I actually do enjoy 30 Seconds to Mars. So
this is like
crucify me, but
Arla Skill says going back to the Mummy, he wants it to go back to the horror roots a little bit. I want
like horror adventure,
horror action adventure. Yeah,
the Mummy movies are like if Temple of Doom was good.
That's yep
100%.
Yep. Look, I'm not a huge fan of Jared Leto. I think we talked about this. I'm a fan of his acting sometimes.
I do think he's talented,
and sometimes, yeah. And
I think he's also full of himself, and he's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
but like,
sometimes he's doing too much.
Yeah.
So I'm interested, but God, like this, and it's gonna be like when Ryan Reynolds plays Deadpool. He's a beautiful man. They find a reason
to show his face.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get going because we're tight on schedule. A Clayface movie is coming, directed by Mike Flanagan, that's the surprise here.
So Clayface is going to be a tragic character haunted by his past?
Fuck yeah. Listen, I didn't need a Clayface movie. Nobody needs a Clayface movie.
I don't think anybody does.
But when Mike Flanagan has an idea, you give him as much money as he wants because the man's a genius.
Is it going to be all flashbacks?
I don't care. He can do anything. So James Gunn spoke about this, and he said, as I say all the time, everything here is about, I want to make sure we have the screenplay that works perfectly, that goes above and beyond anything else. So when Mike Flanagan comes in, and he's like, I've got an idea for Clayface, I didn't think about, we're going to do something with Clayface in the future. But then he told me the idea he had, and the idea was so amazing. And I'm like, well, let's take a shot. Let's go write it. So he writes it and he comes in with this amazing script. He was so passionate about it that I'm like, this could definitely fit in. It's about quality above everything. Then we have to figure out how does this fit in with everything else. No actor. So that's the end of the quote. So far, no actor is attached, though Alan Tudyk has already played the character in 2 different recent iterations.
He's also playing a character in Creature Commandos.
That's what I'm saying. In Harley Quinn and in Creature Commandos.
Yeah. I mean, Alan Tudyk's good, though. And this could be if they wanted to do something, is it going to be live action?
Yeah. Yeah, live action.
I can see Alan Tudyk doing that. Yeah, no, he's a great actor.
He's a great actor. He doesn't have to do the over-the-top, the Shakespearean guy.
No, yeah. He could do a more like,
I am an actor.
He's good at that. But he's also good at playing, it serious, too.
I mean, if they wanted to approach Tudyk and go, hey, can you approach this differently? I'm sure he could, and I'm sure it'd be great. But I again, if Mike Flanagan thinks it's a good idea, obviously James Gunn knows a good idea when he sees one. I think people are generally worried about how does the DCU come together? Does it come together from one big idea and you start fresh? There's obviously we talked about it, but you know how much of Peacemaker is in canon to the new thing and the old thing, and I
think James Gunn has said like pretty much all of Peacemaker's canon except for the Justice League showing up,
and they could retcon that to be
a different Justice League.
No, the group the fuck faces from the new Superman movie, which is like
Guy Gardner,
the Guy Gardner, and those
Hawk
other people.
Girl.
It could be them, you know, and that would work too.
The Justice Society, maybe.
Yeah,
which we almost got in Black Adam.
Yeah. So I don't know. This could work. Again, it could work as a standalone.
I'm excited to see how James Gunn's
scary. What if it's scary?
If it's scary, that'd be cool. I'd be down.
Like, what do we? You know, we talk a lot about like, oh, like this. You know, this superhero movie had some little bits of horror, like in Doctor Strange
almost did it.
Scott Derrickson and
Sam
Raimi both interjected some horror elements, but we haven't had a straight up horror movie,
right?
You know, or what was the X-Men one that tried for a second and failed?
With
the kids,
New Mutants.
Yeah, New Mutants.
Apparently that one got toned down in editing.
I believe it. But what if this is like an actual like Mike Flanagan horror piece? I'd be fucking thrilled.
What if Clayface makes you cry?
What? So whatever, dude. Let's go for it. Moving on. The Spunk is dead. Finally, officially. Kraven and Spunk being the Sony Pictures universe of Marvel characters,
also known as
the SSU Sony Spider-Man universe,
also known as,
I don't remember what the latest acronym was, but in all of the news reports for this story, it was a new acronym that I've never heard of.
Yeah, it was like Sony's Spider-Man Marvel. It was something dumb.
And it made me go, stop beating the dead horse. It's already dead.
It might have been sunk. It might have just been Sony's universe of Marvel characters.
They might have just made a mistake.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't matter because it's over. Thank Christ. So Kraven the Hunter, you saw it, right?
Yeah. I thought it was fine.
We were supposed to do it again. I was moving. There was no time to do a review.
I did watch it though. And I watched Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
I'm gonna go see those movies eventually. I got a movie theater right there. I'm looking
Hopefully
at it.
It's a good movie theater.
Well, I think the last time I went to the movie theater was like 8 years ago, and it was really good. Like, I liked it better than Regal.
Well, our Regal needs a remodeling really bad.
Is it having like issues other than like they just can't keep up? Like they're understaffed? Because that's what I understand.
They're definitely understaffed, but it's like, you know how like in front of a theater they'll have like the sign up and it'll show what movie's playing. They don't do that anymore. It just says like,
they have all the posters.
No.
Yeah, they do. They have posters on both sides.
I mean like on the auditorium, like so you know what movie you're walking into.
Oh, they've never done that though.
They used to do that.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh.
It wasn't COVID, but it was after some hurricane. They just stopped doing it, and they don't even light up or anything. It's just dark.
They just have all they have is a little like
You used to say what movie you were about to walk into.
Yeah, but it's not a poster. It's a little letter guy.
Yeah, they don't have those anymore.
Say like Auditorium 5, Kraven. Or whatever.
It won't say Kraven. It just says Auditorium 5.
Oh, so you just have to know where you're going.
Yeah.
Oh, weird. Anyway,
it's just it's odd. They need a remodel and they need more staffing, honestly.
So yeah, cool. I really hated all these movies, and more importantly, that they were bad.
I think the best two are Morbius and Craven.
Oh, really?
I'm saying it.
Yeah. Then probably Madam Web, and then all of the Venoms.
I hate the Venom movies
I hate the
that
Venoms
much.
so
yeah.
much.
Yeah.
The fact that I didn't hate Madam Web.
When everyone else did.
No, hold on. Relatively speaking.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Under normal circumstances, I'm like, I'm never seeing that movie again. And I'm not. But I'm just saying. But, like, the fact that, like, fucking Venom just is that upsetting to me. Oh, hey, RL Skill, thank you for the resub.
Oh, thank you.
Subscription.
It's
3
in
months.
Spanish. I can't read it.
You understand. You're on 5 days of Duolingo. Use it. Matter of fact, read that out loud right now.
RL Skill, say suscribo con Prime.
There's an accent at the end, so it's suscribio.
Suscribio con Prime.
Anyway.
Suscribio.
Anyway.
Se suscribio.
Suscribio.
Ah!
You're putting the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. It doesn't matter. Let's move on. We'll
You
work
subscribed
on...
for 3 months.
Yeah, thank you. All right, let's move on. Last story. Chris Evans is cast in Avengers Doomsday. He will be returning
We don't know
in
his
some
who.
capacity.
What if he's just Johnny Storm again?
Nah, he's not going to be Johnny Storm. He's going to be fucking Captain America.
Or
There's
Nomad.
no way. Or, yeah, that'd be interesting. Some
Yeah.
form of Captain
Give
America.
him a beard.
Yeah,
Give him
yeah,
a beard and long hair again. Make him Nomad.
Yeah.
I'd be down with that.
Yeah. I really liked when he was Nomad. They didn't call him Nomad.
For like half a movie.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it a lot.
Okay. This is it seems obvious. It seems like one of those things that they would never be able to hide.
Yeah, so you might as well announce it.
Might as well, especially since they hid him from the last movie
Yeah.
so well.
And there's people saying like, "Oh, this screams desperation," but also it's like,
this is what you wanted.
this is
So
what
shut
you
up.
wanted, and also like Doomsday and Secret Wars, like this is the shit that's gonna happen in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was always gonna be the case. You're saying it's desperate now because I don't know. They released like 3 movies y'all didn't like out of like 30 movies.
Yeah. Everyone wanted, more of the 3 or 4 best heroes together being ballers.
Right, which
is
would
what you
be
get,
cool,
yeah.
and we're getting it, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I'm sure. Again, this is the Russos. I don't have to say it. Like I'm putting my trust in them. They're gonna figure it out.
They do good work.
Yeah.
And we also don't know to what capacity he's coming back or who's playing yet.
We're
So.
probably gonna forget about this by the time the movie comes out.
I don't think
Until we see.
I don't think we'll forget, but
Until we see like a trailer or whatever, and they show. Well, I mean, even RDJ as
Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom, he's gonna be in Fantastic Four, I think. I think they
Is Dr.
sort of
Doom in
said
Fantastic
it.
Four?
Yeah, I think they sort of said it. He's probably gonna
Okay.
either like
Because we know that it takes place in like an alternate
right.
universe.
So we're either gonna see him before his accident or whatever, or we're gonna see him have the accident on the side. He's not gonna be the main villain, and then it's gonna be like a post credits or something like that.
Yeah.
Like we already know he's
Also,
in it for
quit
like
trying to make him the main villain in the first Fantastic Four movies.
that's what I mean,
Because both
well, we know it's Galactus.
both previous
Yeah,
iterations did that, and it was just like,
yeah.
why?
Well, RDJ aside, I do appreciate that. Like Doctor Doom is going to be a big bad, an Avengers level threat, right? Not just Origins and Fantastic Four, fantastic, but Avengers level threat. Not dissimilar to how they did Loki. Loki was the villain of the first of the Thor movie, and then he becomes an Avengers level threat after that.
Yeah,
because that's what he is in the comics too. He's a big deal, right? It's perfect. I know. I'm not one of the people complaining. So.
looks like our skill is.
Yeah, this is not what he wanted to say. Anyway, music is playing because we gotta get into our next thing. We don't have a whole lot of time, so music starting?
I don't know. Oh, TJ said it better be Cap. I mean, it'll probably be Cap.
Yeah, it'll be some version of Captain America. That's it for the news this week, you guys. Thank you for listening or watching and supporting us on Patreon, and we'll see you guys next week on News from the Phantom Zone. And goodbye.
Bye.
And recording. Okay, cool. I'm gonna just pee, and then we're not.
I'm gonna shoot straight to.
Yeah, we're going straight into the next thing. So
Jingle all the way.
Jingle all the way. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back.
Whoa.
Okay, don't update. Start recording. Test.
Test.
Can you guys hear us okay? Should we raise the mics a little bit? Because I just redid everything. RL Skill, how do we sound?
Yeah, do we sound all right? Oh, he might be in the bathroom, actually.
Levels are about the same as they've always been. Yeah. Oh, he also went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Take the mic with you. Okay, cool. Let's just go. Y'all sound great. Thank you, TJ.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. Well, let's just get on with it.
All right.
Get on with it. Okay. Welcome to Films from the Phantom Zone, your podcast about failed and forgotten comic book movies, where we would usually talk about a movie about a comic book, but it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, Berto.
Merry Christmas.
Oh, you remember that one year we did presents?
Oh, yeah, that was cool.
God, we really thought ahead.
Yeah, we didn't do shit this year. We only have Sable here this year.
Oh, actually, I'm going to give you... Oh, I got a present for you, actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we'll save it for the end. Okay.
I don't have one for you.
It's really nothing. Well, it's not nothing, but you'll see.
Okay.
You'll see. Okay. Let's get going. Berto, what are we doing today? It's Christmas.
It's Christmas, so we're talking about one of the best Christmas movies ever.
So usually we would do a whole, different segments, talk about our favorite Christmas movies, what we're watching this year. I feel like we've done it for 3 years now, and, we're kind of out of stuff to talk about. So let's just do a Christmas movie. We'll do one movie like we usually do. Yeah. Whatever.
We should probably do one for Halloween also. Make it a holiday thing.
Yeah. Pick a movie.
Halloween, do a horror movie. Because there's only so many spooky comic book movies,
Yeah.
I mean, we got a couple we could still do, but yeah.
All right. So what movie are we doing this Christmas?
We are doing Jingle All the Way.
Starring Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah. And Sinbad. Phil Hartman, Robert Conrad, Jim Belushi, and Jake Lloyd.
Jim or John? Jim. Yeah,
Jim.
Yeah. Jake Lloyd. Is this introducing Jake Lloyd, maybe?
I think it is.
Probably. I think he's only done two movies and some other stuff.
Yeah, because this was before The Phantom Menace.
Yeah, this is before Star Wars. So Phil Hartman, is he the one in the
he's the
booster
neighbor.
costume? He's a neighbor. You're right.
Yeah.
Who's the guy in the booster costume? He's familiar.
He's familiar to me too, and I can't remember his name. I think he's
He's done voices. He's done all kinds of stuff. Back in the 90s, he was super popular.
He was all over the place. I just can't remember. He's a bearded man.
Yeah.
He looks kind of scraggly.
Who's Robert Conrad? Is that him?
That might be him, actually.
Whoa.
Robert Conrad or that's the cop. Robert Conrad is the cop. And then,
okay.
Is Jim Belushi
Jim Belushi's a Santa.
Okay.
Did you ever watch his sitcom in the 2000s?
No, I don't think I did. What was it called?
I don't fucking remember. Something about his wife. It was the classic sitcom. It was like every other fucking sitcom in the 2000s where overweight, funny fat man gets a hot wife. And he's got kids and he just complains about them all.
I've probably seen it. I just can't remember what it's called.
Every fucking you've got the one King of Queens.
King of Queens, yeah.
Fucking even the George Lopez one. They're all
something
the
rules
same.
to dating my teenage daughter.
They're all the fucking same. Yeah. Anyway, let's get going. This is a Berto takeover. So
this is
takeover. This is your fucking favorite Christmas movie for some reason.
It's fun. It's fun.
So let's get going.
All right. So a little bit of background on the movie. It's not really it's more behind the scenes stuff. I guess that's background information. So this movie was inspired by real life Christmas toy sellouts for popular items.
Yeah.
So at the time that this movie was made, it would have been Cabbage Patch Kids,
Black Friday bullshit.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's the hot toy of the year that's always sold out, and you can't find it. I'm sure some of you remember trying to get a Wii.
Tickle Me Elmo. That was a big one.
Yeah, Tickle Me Elmo. Nowadays, it's mostly electronics, like a Wii, a Switch when that came out.
PlayStation 5.
Yep.
Unavailable for half a year,
yep.
3/4 of the year, or whatever.
Stuff like that. So this movie's very much inspired by that. And the movie was written by Randy Kornfield, but producer Chris Columbus, it autocorrected to Christ. The producer Chris Columbus rewrote the script to add in the elements of satire about the commercialization of Christmas and stuff. So all of Sinbad's rants, that was probably all Chris Columbus.
Chris Columbus was so hot in the 90s, man.
He was. And, he also did what? Home Alone and
Home Alone
Harry
and
Potter?
Harry Potter, the first two Harry Potters.
Yeah. That's crazy. And a fun fact about the reason why Arnold is in this movie is because the reboot of Planet of the Apes got delayed, and he was originally going to be in that.
The one that Mark Wahlberg did?
Yeah. It was originally going to star on Arnold.
That would be, and that movie's like bad, but
It's not
it'd be
great.
worse with Arnold, I think. Like clearly,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And due to that being delayed, his schedule opened up, so he was free to join and star in the project.
Nice.
And Myron was originally going to be played by Joe Pesci.
Pesci. Mm-hmm.
And Chris Columbus
Who?
opted to
Myron?
cast
Who's
Sinbad instead.
Oh, that's
Sinbad's
his name?
character. Yeah.
I never caught his name. Yeah.
I think Sinbad is a better choice.
Sinbad he really runs with it. He was also
He's
very hot in
having
the
a
90s.
great time doing this too.
He really chews it up.
He was
I'm
also
gonna
in
give
the
it that,
hit Genie movie.
Oh, yeah. The fake Genie movie that never happened.
Yeah. Shazam.
Yeah. Yeah, he was everywhere in the 90s. One of my favorite movies growing up was First Kid, where he plays the Secret Service agent who's assigned to the president's son, and the president's son is like not having it, and so he just like really puts him through the ringer.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
Sinbad did a lot of
movie.
like silly little comedies like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved it. He's funny as hell.
Yeah.
He really is.
He came back for like, is he alive? He's alive.
He's alive.
Yeah, he came back for like a special. He did a stand-up special.
Oh, cool.
Not that long ago, like 5-6 years ago or something. And then because then he had like a big hiatus before then, and I don't think he's done anything ever since.
I think he's like mostly retired.
He's mostly retired. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all the background I have on this movie.
Cool. Yeah, we actually have to get going. Hopefully we finish this. If not, what are you doing tonight?
Nothing.
Hanging out with our friends. That's right.
Yeah, we're hanging out with our friends.
Oof. Okay. So let's get going.
I
Plot.
can stay
This
up
is
all
all
night.
you, buddy.
Yeah,
Let's
all
go.
right. Yep. Let's get into the plot. All right.
Also, we have to move through because you wrote a lot.
Yeah, I did. Good thing I read fast. All right, so this movie starts off. We get an action sequence from the hit TV show Turbo Man. Jamie, who's Jake Lloyd's character, is watching the show, and his mom walks in. His mom, Liz, Arnold's wife, and tells him to get ready for his karate class. And then we cut to Howard, Jamie's dad, his workaholic dad, and he's a mattress salesman, and he's still at work late, and he's just taking calls and making sales.
That was the dumbest job they could give him, and
Yep.
I think that's on purpose.
Yeah, is he? So, like, are people calling him trying to buy mattresses, or is he cold calling people?
I don't know. Also, like, what? Like a over the phone mattress salesman?
Yeah, and he's, you're my number one customer.
I thought maybe he's selling in bulk to like stores or something. Like he
Maybe.
works for like mattress firm, and he's selling to like the mattress stores.
So that I thought Mattress Firm was a mattress store.
Oh, you're right. He works for Serta. You know what I mean? Like the manufacturer.
Something like that, probably. Yeah, but it's like
a B2B kind of guy.
But it's weird because it seems like
people are calling him like, hey, like,
yeah, I need a mattress.
I like my back hurts. Okay.
Or it's like, oh, it's the wrong stitching,
Yeah.
and he's like, oh, we'll replace the whole thing for free. Like what?
But that's why it's got to be like a B2B situation, Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he's selling to like stores. Because why would you have a number one? You know what I mean? Like, why would you have repeat
You're
business?
my number one customer.
You buy one mattress every 10 years. Anyway, continue.
It's the dumbest job. But
Well, I think that's the point too, is to give him a dumb. Like,
I think the movie's meant to be dumb on a certain level.
it's definitely campy, but it's
Yeah.
like, what's the dumbest corporate sales job you could have that you should not be passionate about? Let's make this guy passionate about it. That's how out of touch
he
he's with
sells
his family.
mattresses,
Yeah.
and he fucking loves it.
That's how much he like hates his family, that he's passionate about the fucking mattresses.
It's insane.
Anyway,
His receptionist comes in. Also, he has a receptionist.
that's what I'm saying. He's B2B. He's selling to stores.
His receptionist comes in to tell him that his wife is on the other line and reminds Howard that Jamie's karate class starts in 20 minutes and that he needs to leave now or he's not going to make it. And then
That gave me so much anxiety. I'm like, this man lives in a big city.
yeah, he's not.
You need an hour.
He's not getting anywhere in 20 minutes.
To go to the suburbs, like, what are you doing?
he takes the call from his wife, and she pretty much tells him the same thing that his receptionist just told him.
Oh, actually, they live in where's the place with Mall of America? That's where they live.
That city.
That city. Someone look it up. Is that Minneapolis? No.
I don't know.
I don't know the Midwest, dude.
I don't either. I've always been in the South. Yeah, Howard takes the call. His wife tells him the same thing. He better leave. He accidentally calls her his number one customer, and she's like kind of disgusted by this.
Fun. That was a fun joke. I actually like that.
Yeah. He's like, Liz, no.
You're my number one customer.
And then he leaves. And he promises his wife and his receptionist that he's going to make it. And he leaves only to get stuck in traffic. So he tries to bypass all the traffic.
Right.
And he gets pulled over.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
Yeah.
And he misses the karate class.
I can't tell if I like his acting or not because it's bad, but it kind of in a sense works for this movie because it's so slapstick. It's so,
over the
silly
top
on purpose, and he has this dumb smile he does when he thinks he's gonna get away with something throughout the entire film,
and he gets away with almost nothing.
Nothing, like none of it. And so like until the very end, I guess.
Yeah.
And so he's like he's like fucking riding the sidewalk like he thinks is gonna work for him, and he's just got this big old dumb smile,
and then whoop whoop.
Yeah.
He's like, damn it. Yeah, he misses Jamie's class. Jamie's pissed. Howard returns home to find Ted, his womanizing neighbor, putting Christmas lights up on his house. Howard's annoyed by this and goes inside to apologize to Jamie for missing his class. Also, Jamie has like a really cool like Marvel themed room. Did you notice like the Captain America like on his wall and
I did
stuff?
notice the Captain America. Yeah.
He's got a lot of cool stuff.
Pretty
there.
neat. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's obsessed with Turbo Man. What the?
Well, they want to make him like a superhero fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Just kind of in general.
Yeah, but they can't use a Captain America, I guess.
But they can.
I think there's a difference. I think there's probably a difference. There's more royalties if you make them.
This is also when Marvel was like bankrupt. So I mean.
Yeah. Like they'll take a little.
What was Marvel gonna do?
Yeah.
Yes.
This Ted character is such a piece of shit,
so
man.
Skeevy.
He's so.
And the neighborhood women are all over him.
He's so horny. This doesn't feel like a kid's movie because, and maybe I'm just like saying it as an adult.
It's a different movie as an adult.
Well, like, yeah, it's one of those '90s movies where it's a different movie for different audiences the way you watch it.
Kind of like Small Soldiers.
Yeah, exactly. We're like the parents are seeing it through one filter, and the kids are seeing it simultaneously through a different filter.
The kids are like, "Oh, this is like funny slapstick. It's silly, and he's trying to get a toy." And then, like as an adult, you're like, "Oh my god, this guy's like trying to steal his wife."
Yeah,
but you don't. Everybody else in the
they don't do this anymore. They don't make movies like this where it's so blatantly adult, and they're like, "Well, obviously the kids aren't going to catch it." But like nowadays, adults think that the kids will catch that kind of thing.
They still probably won't because they're not thinking about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But now there'd be an uproar, like, "Oh, there's all these sexual undertones in this kid's
Even though
movie."
All the adults now are the kids that watch shit like this.
Yeah.
It's a sick world we live in.
Like, I think it's fine. You know what I mean? I think this is funny.
No, yeah.
No,
because a lot of this humor, like, you won't see it anymore.
Until, right.
Unless it's an adult movie.
Right.
Yeah.
But, no, this pushes the boundaries, I think, compared to, like, a lot of other kids' movies with adult, humor in it.
Yeah.
He is straight up, like, trying to fuck. Like every woman on the block.
He's not subtle about it.
Not at all. And there's all these like little hints at it too. Like he says he wants to like swap presents, and he like emphasizes on swap.
Yep.
Or
he's like taking off her apron. He's like, or, oh, these cookies.
Yeah, like he's like he answers the phone. He's like moaning about how good the cookies are. Like it's not subtle at all. If you're an adult or whatever.
Right.
But I don't know. Anyway, I just wish spoilers for the end. He doesn't get enough comeuppance. Like I feel like
he gets kind of like smacked in the head once, and that's it.
Yeah, and I thought maybe his little subplot should have been like closed off more. Like we should have got more at the end about how he's like sleeping with everybody. Because at one point, like his son is like, yeah, he became a better dad after the divorce. Got divorced.
And he goes, "Hey, your parents should get a divorce."
Because now he's fucking all the fucking.
It did wonders for my dad.
Because now he's like, he's trying to like, impress his kid for one, which he wasn't doing before.
Right.
And now he's also trying to like fuck all his neighbors.
And they're down.
And some of them are down, I guess.
Like, oh, can you come over and replace my light bulb? Like,
Yeah.
oh, God.
Anyway, continue.
So yeah, Howard apologizes to Jamie, and he asks him, like, what can I do for you? Jamie recites the Turbo Man commercial straight up to Howard, including the accessories sold separately, batteries not included.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
Kids today will never understand that, I feel, because the amount of commercials we had to sit through as children watching cable for toys. There was a commercial for toys. We saw the same one all the time, and I could probably still remember some of them today. Like some of the the Batman ones and the Power Rangers toys. Like I
even like the silly shit like moon shoes.
Oh my God!
I wanted them so bad, and my parents were like, "You're gonna break your ankle." No.
Beyblades.
Oh, Beyblades! There was a whole anime for that.
I didn't know that was still a thing.
At Target 3 days ago, I saw a Beyblade Star Wars crossover.
What the fuck?
It's a Mandalorian Beyblade and a Moff Gideon Beyblade.
I just assumed that was a 1 year thing and then it was over.
They're still
Holy
around.
Shit. Well, I didn't realize until last week Timothée Chalamet went to a premiere with a fucking Beyblade.
And he's like, check it out.
Because he's a goddamn nerd.
He's a big nerd.
And I kind of love that about him. That even though he's like all like whatever hoity-toity high fashion now, he's still a fucking nerd, man.
He's like, I'm going to incorporate this somehow into my... Yeah, no, I'm starting to like him more.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're talking about commercials. Go on.
Yeah, commercials. So yeah, after this, I mean, Jamie forgives him very quickly after he says, "Don't worry, you'll get that toy."
That's all he wants.
That's the only thing he wants, because if he doesn't get it, he's a loser.
Well, because these characters haven't learned the meaning of Christmas yet, which is the point.
Right.
Right now, it's just all about material promises.
Yep.
Yeah.
And commercialization and toy cartels. And
toy cartels. Yeah. Sinbad explains it all.
Yeah.
Right?
And so Howard's telling Liz all about how happy Jamie was. They were bonding. Apparently they were drawing together. They weren't, but whatever. And Liz is like, "So you got the doll, right?"
Off screen, yeah.
And he's like, "The doll?" It's like, "Yeah, the Turbo Man doll." He's like, "Oh yeah, of course I got it, whatever."
He lies a lot.
He only lies.
He's a bad husband and a bad
He's like,
father.
"Yeah, I got it. You think I wouldn't listen to what you'd say?"
Yeah.
Okay.
He's also a bad liar.
Because she told him
he's so obviously lying.
She told him to get it 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
And he's like, "Oh, whatever. I'll get it tomorrow." And she's like, "It's probably impossible to find now."
What a piece of shit.
And now we start the movie.
He's a big old piece of shit.
So the next day is Christmas Eve, and Howard goes off to find a Turbo Man doll for Jamie. But he lies to his wife and tells her that he has it in his office at work.
Wow.
And he's just grabbing it real quick. But he's also gone all fucking day. So Howard heads towards the toy store. That was the tongue twister.
Say it one more time so I can edit this.
God damn it.
Yeah, see? It's not easy. You make fun of me for this.
There's 3 T's in a row.
This is what I go through every week. I just want to point out.
Howard heads towards the toy store
there you go.
Before they open and joins the Black Friday-like crowd outside waiting to get in. Here we meet Myron, a disgruntled postman who is also looking for a Turbo Man doll for his son.
This is Sinbad.
And he's hilarious.
Yeah.
Myron then has a psychotic break and goes on a long-winded rant about the commercialization of Christmas by toy cartels and how he's now paying alimony to a woman who slept with everybody in the post office except him. And he starts choking a woman next to him.
He goes through a straight up communist manifesto about how failed the capitalist system is. Yes. How we've let these companies take over. And I'm here for it. I think he really, I think he has something to say.
I love the, he's like ranting about the stupid letters and stuff. And it's like, "Oh, mommy, can I get a bicycle?" He's like, "No, your father got laid off."
Oh, the dark realities of Christmas.
Yes, he very much gets into that. The doors open to the store and the crowd stampedes in to find their last-minute gifts. Howard and Myron discover that Turbo Man is sold out and are laughed at and mocked by the employees when they ask where they can get one.
Okay, one of those actors, he was in SNL, wasn't he?
Yes, I think there's a few SNL people. I think Sinbad was in SNL.
Was he?
I feel like he was.
Yeah, but one of them ended up in SNL. Wasn't at the time. He was in SNL in the 20s. It was one of those two guys, one of the two clerks.
The more goofy looking one.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I don't know his name.
I don't know his name.
But he's very funny.
No, like his face is very familiar.
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
If you saw it, you would know.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're just laughing at them. So Howard then threatens the employees, and one of them says that a woman just left with the last one, despite the fact that the store just opened a minute ago.
Right.
And this causes Howard and Myron to fight each other and give chase.
This isn't when they're doing the ping pong, but that's later.
That's-
They go back
that's
to
at
the
the
same
mall.
store.
Yeah.
Well, it's the same store.
Oh shit!
It's
Oh
got
yeah,
the-
they got like a late shipment.
Yeah, no, these two actors are back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then yeah, so no ping pong balls yet. They're just fighting, and Howard chases the car, and the lady freaks out because Arnold Schwarzenegger is just running at you, screaming, "Hey, I need that doll!"
Yeah.
So now with no leads, Howard just wanders the city looking for a Turbo Man doll. And I need you to scroll.
Okay, hold on 1 second because I'm looking up where the fuck is Mall. Yeah, it is in Minneapolis.
Minneapolis?
Mall of America's Minneapolis. That's where this.
Okay. And that's
is
why
set.
there's like a whole little theme park in there.
Yeah. There's an Avatar ride in there. I've been to that mall. I haven't been to that mall. Sorry, I've been to that city. I've been to Minneapolis. It's a huge city. Minneapolis, St. Paul. The downtowns are enormous. Which we'll get to at the end of this fucking movie. And some of the very irresponsible shit these parents do.
Oh my god, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So, the shenanigans in this, to go off of some of
They're
this.
funny.
They're funny, but they're so slapsticky that like at first I kind of tune it out, and then it's I don't know.
No, it's stupid, but then there's something that happens during it where you're like, okay, that's really fucking funny though.
For it to be funny and endearing, I think I'd have to see it again next Christmas.
Oh man,
we'll get to it, my thoughts at the end, but continue.
All right. Meanwhile, at home, Liz is preparing for Christmas Eve and the parade later in the day. She's baking cookies, and Ted comes over to flirt with her. And he offers to watch Jamie while Liz has some me time.
A hot bath or something very inappropriate for him to suggest.
Yes. And she even kind of looks at him like, what the fuck? Like, but she goes and does it.
Yeah. And
then just at this moment, Howard calls the house to try and get a hold of Liz. But Ted answers the phone.
Obviously, yeah.
Obviously. And he tells him that Liz is in the shower, but he can get her if he wants him to.
Yeah.
And then he proceeds to eat the cookies over the phone and make orgasm noises.
Yeah, he's
towards
moaning
Howard.
a lot. Yeah, we talked about it. The way I would fucking murder this man if he was in my house.
He's just antagonizing him at this
Yeah.
point. Yeah. And then Arnold just screams into a payphone, "Put the cookie down now!"
Yeah. That's a fun Easter egg.
It's so stupid. And the lady next to him's like, okay.
Yeah.
And then right after he hangs up the phone, Myron runs into Howard again. And Myron proposes they team up. Howard refuses, which upsets Myron. And then just a bystander just randomly runs by screaming that the toy store got a late shipment of Turbo Man.
I love how like desperate the entire city is for the Turbo Man.
Right. And then so they both race off. Myron gets in his post truck and he has some trouble with his bags. And Howard hits a cop motorcycle while he's pulling out of his parking spot.
And it's the same cop.
And it's the same cop from earlier in the movie.
I like this bit.
This will be a running gag.
I like that gag.
Yeah.
Also, and I didn't mention it, but the earlier when they had their first confrontation in the toy store, there's an iconic shot of this movie that I think might be one of my favorites, where Arnold is running down and Sinbad takes his mailbag and he like swings it over, knocks him out, and like clotheslines him.
Oh yeah,
that's great.
That's good. That's like a good little action shot.
That's a great bit. I love it. That's a great shot.
There's also a point somewhere in the movie, I'm not sure where.
There's some okay stunts.
But they're running, and Sinbad starts throwing like mail out of his bag to like lighten the load, but he's still carrying the bag around.
The way he doesn't give a fuck about his job is fantastic.
He starts like just tossing letters everywhere. Also, he has so much mail in there. Yeah. Is he the only postman in Minneapolis?
I guess.
That's why he's so stressed.
He's very overworked
Jesus
and underpaid.
So he hits the motorcycle. It's revealed to be the same cop that pulled him over earlier, which causes Howard to arrive at the toy store late. But it doesn't really matter because turns out they only got a small shipment of Turbo Man, and they are doing a lottery for it to see who can buy it. And the manager of the store goes, in the spirit of supply and demand, the list price for the doll has now doubled.
Yeah.
and people are still like, all right.
Everyone yells at him, but they're not getting out of line either.
Right.
So, again, supply and demand.
And this is like the most irresponsible way to do any sort of lottery contest ever. They just start throwing bouncy balls with like numbers on them at the crowd.
Well, I think originally they meant to like hand them out. They said make a line,
but the crowd got too rowdy.
And then one of the SNL guys like fuck it, and he just throws the bag into the crowd.
And so absolute chaos ensues. Everybody's fighting. Myron gets a ball. Howard says that Myron got 2 balls, and everybody attacks him. And then the ball bounces out of the store and just around the mall, and Howard chases that ball for some reason instead of the
hundreds of other balls. Yeah.
There's not even a guarantee that one's a winner.
Well, no, but he would have a ball, which is like a chance,
I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, he chases it around the mall because it just keeps bouncing. This is very slapstick, and it lands in a child's lap, and like the child gets taken to like the playground area and is like in the ball pit playing. Howard goes into the ball pit. Well, actually, he crawls through the tunnels, too. He's, like, chasing this kid through the playground.
This is another 90s thing, too.
Yes.
That kid looks so familiar. Who is that?
I don't know.
She has to have been in more things.
She looks familiar.
After that.
I looked her up. I don't think she's in anything, though.
You did look her up?
But she looks familiar.
She does. She looks so fucking familiar. And she might be, like, 4 or 5 in this.
Yep.
I could have swore she did, like, other things after this, and I recognize her. I don't know.
It's nothing that I saw, at least. Because I did look it up, too, because I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he chases this little girl into, like, the ball pit, and then she puts the bouncy ball in her mouth, and he tries to take it out of her mouth. And then he's attacked by the parents and called a pervert. Rightfully so. Like,
absolutely. Yeah. I just love that this is the part of the movie where we have parents, like, actually, like, observing what their children are doing and who's, like, talking to them.
Yeah.
Whereas later, it's like, I mean, the 90s were a weird time, but, you know, later, it's like it's the 50s and the kids can just like go work in the mines if they wanted to. You know?
As a child, I yearned for the mines.
Also, ball pits, very specific 90s reference.
Yes, because those don't really exist
They
anymore.
don't exist. They haven't existed for a while. And I feel like people today, kids, at least like young people. People today may not, or kids today may not like really fully understand what a ball pit is.
Right.
Okay. I know. I gave him a big. I gave him a big hug too. All right. We're definitely not finishing at this rate.
Oh shit! Yeah, why is he on? We need to figure that out.
You said leave my chair. We'll get it later. That's why.
So it's Sable's fault.
Literally said that. No one likes a lot.
We've been interrupted. Fix my hat. Chug my drink. Figure out where the hell I am on here.
Are you gonna make a lot of noise? Should I close the door? I probably will. Yep. Thank you for being honest. I haven't closed the door yet. Wow.
Whoa! First door close.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. We have about 20 minutes, 25 minutes left. So
we could probably get through the plot.
We'll probably get through as much as we can, and then we'll just probably have to just call you, like on
That's
Discord
fine.
or something to finish up.
Yeah.
And we'll just do it that way.
Because I am off tomorrow, but
Tomorrow's Monday. Yeah, I mean.
yeah, I know you're not.
Yeah, well, I also want to get this edited. Well, I'm also working from home. No one's working tomorrow. It's gonna be real chill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I also kind of I need time to get this edited and stuff.
Okay.
But I want it out by Christmas.
Right.
I mean, if you want to swing by in the morning or in the
I don't know if that's
today,
better or not, but
we can do that also.
yeah.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Okay. Anyway. Oh yeah.
We'll go out to lunch. We'll get a burger or something.
Oh yeah, that could be fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
You could show me something. Like
Yeah.
downtown.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, continue.
So I did like after they called him a pervert, he just yells, "I'm not a pervert. I was just looking for Turbo Man doll." Like it's not proper English at all.
I like that he tries. I like how he tries. I mean, they really, you know what? Though they really lean into the Arnold of this, right? Like,
Yeah.
let him just like be.
I was just looking for Turbo Man doll.
Let him just be, you know, his the immigrant Austrian man who's at the time his grasp of English was not perfect. It's gotten a lot better, but
Right.
I mean, he was a governor. He was a politician after this.
Yeah.
I like that he tries to like entice the girl with trading with just a regular red ball from the ball
Like,
pit.
look at this one.
Put this one in your mouth, kid.
She's like, no. But also, damn, she could have choked on that ball.
Oh yeah, I mean, all things considered, he's probably doing the responsible thing by getting the small ping pong ball out of her mouth.
Yeah.
That's what he should have said.
But instead, he just reaches into a little girl's mouth.
Yeah, yeah, don't do that.
Oh boy. So the mall Santa sees this absolute chaos that transpired and approaches Howard with his sketchy elf assistant, offers to sell him a Turbo Man doll.
So this is Jim Belushi, and the elf.
He's in a lot of
He's
stuff.
in a lot of stuff, especially around this era.
Mm.
I don't know his name though.
I don't know his name.
We didn't
either.
write it down.
He's
But
a
he's
little
very
person.
familiar. Yeah, he's a very familiar little person. Continue.
Howard takes up the offer, and they drive to an abandoned warehouse full of black market toys and criminals dressed as Santa and elves. I think they call it the North Pole.
Yeah, they got a really good black market operation going on here. As mall Santas, they're probably stealing half the shit too.
Honestly, that's probably what it is. Howard discovers that the Turbo Man that they were trying to sell him was broken apart and doesn't even speak English.
Oh yeah, that was funny. There's a Spanish version.
Yep, and I don't know if it's like if it was a bootleg or if it was just like a
one from
from
South America
yeah.
that broke and whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. But Howard's not happy with this, and a fight ensues between Howard and the Santas.
This is actually good. I like this.
It's a good fight.
Yeah.
And one of the Santas that fight him is actually a WWE wrestler.
Oh, the big
like
one?
The huge guy, yeah.
Who is that?
His name is Paul White, and at the time he was known as the Giant.
Oh, wow.
Nowadays, like more modernly, he's known as the Big Show.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
I've
probably
heard of the
familiar to
Big
you.
Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a
Oh, that's
huge
what
guy.
TJ's saying. We get the Big Show.
Yeah, we get the Big Show.
Okay.
I'm gonna deck your halls, bub.
I think this is this is necessary. That obviously, you cast Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's this huge man.
Yeah.
Well, he might not actually be that tall, but he's
stacked though.
apparently he's only like 5'10" or something, and
Oh.
he's lied about his height his entire career. But he's obviously like very muscular.
Right.
So you need to like put him up against like an enormous like freak of a man.
Yeah.
For this, and then, so that I quite like that.
It was, and it was a funny little fight too.
Yeah.
He grabs like the candy cane, starts smacking the Santas, and the like, domino effect of them
Yeah.
falling.
Well, it's just funny that like Arnold's like, or his character's first instinct always is just to punch. Like he wants to fight everybody.
His neighbor Ted even says something when he messes up, and he goes, "You can't bench press your way out of this one." It's like he's a mattress salesman. Like,
Yeah, but these are all things that were like rewritten for Arnold.
yeah, yeah.
I mean, I have a theory that most of this movie was written for him in the first place. He was cast so that he could fit in the Turbo Man costume and like look like a superhero.
Which he kind of does. Actually.
No, he looks great.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Anyway, continue.
After this fight with all the Santas, the cops show up and bust the operation. They just kind of like break the door down.
But it's like a lot of cops too.
Yeah, it's like
It's a full-on sting operation.
so. Howard kind of like sneaks out by pretending to be. He grabs like a fake badge and pretends to be
Yeah.
a
detective.
detective. Apparently, he was working this
Undercover,
case for 3
yeah.
years, and the cops ruined it. But he escapes, but then his car breaks down, so he's just having a shitty day. Howard goes to a diner and tries calling home again, but this time Liz is next door with Ted and a few other neighbors. So Jamie answers the phone, and he also tells him that Mom's next door petting Ted.
Okay, so Ted has a pet reindeer, which is incredibly irresponsible. Those are not pets.
But don't worry, he's going to release it into the wild,
Yeah.
and if nature is kind, they'll take it.
Oh, God.
But the kid named the reindeer Ted after his dad.
Right. I do like how. Well, you're about to get to it, but I do like how they play this diner scene like it's a bar.
Yeah. But it's just like a breakfast diner.
It's just a regular diner, but like the bartender, like
he pours him a coffee. He's like, "This will keep you warm."
Yeah, well, because he's like clearly like upset. He gets there, he's hung. He hangs over the bar, and the guy. It's almost like he's giving him whiskey. You know,
Yep.
They talk about their troubles,
And then Myron does give him whiskey.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. This is the adult humor. Like this is clearly like thematically a bar.
Yeah.
And where two grown men are going to like forget about what's ailing them, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. On the phone call, Jamie gets upset when a frustrated Howard tells Jamie to stop talking about Turbo Man to go get Liz, and then Jamie kind of yells at him how he never keeps his promises and hangs up.
Yeah, he's a bad dad.
He kind of is.
He's a horrible father.
Howard then shares a spiked coffee with Myron. He just pours the whiskey right into it. He's just like, whoop. And Myron tells him about the time when he was a kid and didn't get the gift he wanted from his father. Howard then pictures Jamie in Myron's position, sipping liquor straight from the bottle, and he freaks out.
I don't understand.
Here's to you, Dad.
Yeah. I don't understand why this isn't more memed. This is a great shot.
It is. And he's just...
of 8-year-old Jake Lloyd just drinking whiskey from the bottle.
And then afterwards he goes...
It's probably his best acting ever.
It
right?
might be, honestly.
Star Wars included, just that one shot. And I'm just watching this going like, oh my God, did this movie make Jake Lloyd an alcoholic?
What if they actually gave him alcohol? No, they wouldn't.
No, but like, you know, he would have had to understand what the joke is, maybe. It's like, yo, this is what adults do. Like, your parents drink this, so like, you know, pretend like it's like very satisfying, you know? I don't know. But years later, what was he arrested for? It was like, he had some mental health
DUI?
thing too. I think he had some substance abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get into it when we do Keep or Cancel on Jake Lloyd.
Oh, is that today? Is that right now?
Probably not today, but...
Oh.
Probably not today, but like during this... Yes, today.
Yeah.
I'm being too meta. All right.
Yeah. This is going to be one episode, okay?
Shut up. All right. So yeah, Howard and Myron are kind of like... They were sort of bonding a little. We were having like a nice little moment.
I enjoyed this moment, yeah.
Yeah. And then a radio announcement is made saying that the first caller named all of Santa's reindeer will win a Turbo Man doll. So Howard rushes to the payphone and locks Myron out of like the little booth.
Real quick, so much of this movie works because cell phones weren't a thing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like the payphones and the... like he can't call anyone from the road,
right?
You know, and there was a movie producer at one point, and I heard this from someone else who said it on a talk show or whatever, who was like, once the cell phones became a thing, they were like, well, that kind of ruins
most plots
a lot,
yeah.
Because so many times, like you need the characters to, or when texting became a big thing, I think, because you need the characters to actually be speaking to each other. You need them to call each other. You need them to like they can't get out of situations just because they have a cell phone.
Right.
Like nowadays, you have to write for that. You have to write a reason why.
Like, their cell phone's dead.
Yeah, the cell phone's dead. There's no service.
Or somebody's an idiot and he threw it into the river.
Yeah. You know, there's so many, and like it wasn't until I think it was Sherlock, the TV show, when they started showing the text messages on screen.
That's like that's a thing now. Yeah,
they started it though, and I remember thinking at the time like, that's genius. That's the only way you can do this.
Yeah,
because people don't call each other anymore. So how do you?
It's just not really a thing.
How do you evolve? You know, the writing and the filming for that to like match that. You know what we're doing today.
Yeah, and it works as long as you got good actors like reacting to what's happening.
Yeah, but like there's something to be said about this era and before, where like again there's plot reasons
you
why
literally can't contact people.
You can't contact someone. You need to get to the phone. Everything has to be spoken out. Like
Home Alone's a big one with that too.
Oh yeah, they cut the phone lines.
Yeah,
smart.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But all right. Howard locks Myron out of the little booth and calls the radio station. He gets through and starts yelling the reindeer names, and then Myron rips the phone out of the like he just like rips the cord out.
Yeah.
So they start beating the shit out of each other in this diner.
Yeah.
And Myron grabs like the disconnected phone and starts screaming help into it. Like
great.
it's gonna do anything.
Yeah.
Sinbad's so good.
Sinbad is good.
He really is. And then the bartender,
He's the bartender.
the bartender at the diner.
The diner guy.
The diner.
The
The
fact
diner
that he-
guy's like, the radio station's right down the street.
Yeah. The fact that he doesn't say anything about the broken payphone that they just, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. He's just
Put
trying to
that-
help him out.
Also, they didn't pay their bills, but continue.
True. Yeah, they just kind of run out because I keep saying the bartender. The diner guy tells them that the radio station's right down the street, so why don't they just go there? So they both run to the radio station. Howard gets there first, and he just smashes the door and starts screaming reindeer names at the radio host.
That was great.
Which causes the radio host freaks out and calls 911. Or I think he already called 911. Then Howard smashes the door and he's like, "Help!" That's how it goes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember.
I don't remember. It doesn't matter.
Anyway, Howard scares the shit out of this radio host.
I do love how enthusiastic he is when he comes in. The entire time he's like,
Comic Cupid Donner.
Yeah, Dasher.
Comic Cupid Donner Blitzen. And then Myron
good-
shows up later.
That was a good Arnold. By the way, I know what you were doing. I heard it. That was good.
Thank you. Myron shows up right behind Howard and threatens everyone with a package that he claims is a homemade explosive device.
I love this bit. Also, can you name all 8 reindeer?
No, I can't.
Dasher,
Dancer,
Dancer,
Prancer,
Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid,
Donner, and Blitzen.
Donner, and Blitzen.
Oh, I
See, we
guess I
can't
can.
do it.
I guess I can do it.
But do you recall?
Rudolph's the 9th, right?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I saw a whole thing recently about Rudolph.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the book in the 50s or whatever, and how it was. Anyway, it was really interesting.
Santa's also a big asshole in that Rudolph special.
And the special,
Yeah.
I don't know about the book, but the book, I don't actually. You know what? I retained very little of it, but it was very interesting. Go find out how the book Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was written. It was interesting. It's one of those TikTok things where I realize you learn so much on TikTok, but the retention isn't there because of how like the dopamine affects your brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I understand. What
sometimes
you're
when I'm on TikTok, I realize and I get off and I'm like, I don't remember any of what I just saw. And
there's a lot of information there, but I don't remember.
There's a lot of information. A lot of it was very educational, and I don't remember. All I remember is thinking,
like
the book Rudolph the Red and how it was written. Very interesting.
Huh. Okay.
Anyway, let's go.
I'll have to look it up. All right. Myron shows up right behind Howard and
We have
threatens
like
everyone with
we have like 5 more
package.
minutes by the before we
Shit.
start walking.
We do.
Yeah.
He threatens everyone with a package that he claims is a homemade explosive device, and that those things come through the mail every day.
That's so fucking funny. When was the anthrax thing? Was that after this?
I feel like that was after.
I want to say it was 98 for some reason.
Yeah, like 2
Yeah.
years after this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But I mean, there was still like that was like the big thing, but there was still like probably bombs getting.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like this movie might be a little ahead of its time with some of this though.
No, right? Like anthrax, I'm almost certain came after this, and that was like I remember thinking like that was a big thing at the time. Yeah.
No, like people were dying.
Yeah, and people were scared that all their mail had anthrax in it.
It was a huge thing. I remember reading about it in like Time magazine or something, like in 2001. Anyway,
I'm just sorry. I had a visual of like a 10-year-old Birdo taking a shit with a Time magazine, and he's like, "Oh,
anthrax."
Interesting." Flips the page like, "Oh,
It was probably in like a waiting room
what's
somewhere.
the election
realistically.
gonna be like this year?" Oh,
I'm very interested. Who's Times Person of the Year?
I think Jeb Bush could be the next president.
They come through the mail every day. All right. The radio host then explains that they don't actually have a Turbo Man doll there, but a voucher to get one when they're available again. And then right after this, the cops show up.
So Arnold goes, "A gift certificate."
Yeah,
and
like he.
and then he pulls a punch. He's like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you, dude." His only solution is to punch his way out of it.
I was like, wait. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And then the cops show up, led by the same officer we see throughout the movie. But Howard and Myron are able to escape when Myron uses another package as a bomb threat.
He just keeps grabbing random packages. Like, this is a bomb.
But this time, as they're escaping, the package explodes, revealing that it really was a bomb. Which is like in reality not funny, but in the movie it's hilarious.
It was very Wile E. Coyote.
Yeah, it's like it blew up and there's like there's soot on his face. Yeah,
and that's
stuff.
it. And that's all that happened. But like, yeah, in reality that's horrible.
And
but I like that Sinbad is like, wait, that was actually a bomb?
He's like, this is a sick world we live in. This is sick people.
That was fantastic. Hey, Summer, are you driving? Because we got to be somewhere in 15 minutes.
Or are you already there?
Yeah, what's going on?
We're probably about to leave.
We're going to leave soon.
Can you even hear us?
She probably just checked in, checked out. That's a Summer thing to do.
Yeah. This actually might be a decent stopping point. The
all right,
bomb exploded.
All right, guys, we're really sorry. We do have to stop. We
tried.
We made prior plans with duct takes.
Technically, the plans were made for us.
Yeah, tell me about it. That's how my life's been lately. We wanted this weekend to like get moved in. She says I'm here. Oh, are you guys already there?
All right, we're about to head out.
Oh no, they're driving. She said I'm here. We're driving. Oh, she's still in the chat.
Oh, okay. They're hopping.
Yes, there's
407. Yeah,
I do that all the time. Actually, yeah.
All right.
In Orlando, little fun fact about living in Orlando. Area code is 407. There's a very major highway that goes through Orlando. It's called the 408.
Yeah.
Very easy to confuse them.
I don't get confused.
All right, well.
Make sure you save this shit.
Oh, yeah. So the issue is, again, we made plans with duct takes.
Yeah.
It's Garrett's birthday. Go on TikTok. Go find duct takes. Wish him a happy birthday. It was a couple days ago, actually.
It was a couple days ago.
We're still we're hanging out with them. We made plans. And so we'll be back. Are we going to stream it?
We can.
Do you want to come back tomorrow? Is that what you want to do?
I can come back tomorrow, yeah.
Okay, so we're going to be back tomorrow. We're going to stream it. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Keep your notifications on. So thank you guys for hanging out. Thanks for being here. And we'll see you guys next time. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then we're going to try to get back on our regular sort of thing.
Yeah, once you're actually settled in here and stuff.
Yeah, but at least, I got the fucking main setup going.
True.
Yeah. It's not pretty, but all the computer's set up. And then we can do whatever. Oh.
And my schedule will calm down after New Year's. So.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, because mine is insane.
January's easy. Nobody does shit
like
on January.
mid to late January will be easy.
Yeah.
We have Sable's birthday. That's about it.
Yeah.